And as we remember those lives lost during the September 11th attacks, a new judgment now has ordered the Taliban to pay $144.7 billion to the families who lost loved ones in those attacks.
Fox 5's Wendy Patrick joins us now. And first of all, good morning and thank you for being here.
Good morning.
The first question that comes to mind, Wendy, is we are actually expected that the Taliban is going to pay $144 billion to these families.
You stole my line, Chris, right out of the gates. Yeah, that's exactly right. And remember, this case has been pending for a very long time. The judgment basically, and that's billion with a B, is supposed to compensate those thousands of victims. But when will we ever see that money? You know, show me the money is what victims always say after events like this. And we all know it's been a number of years. But, you know, we say never forget. We actually had this case brought back into the spotlight at the beginning of August. Remember when we had the plea deal that was basically under the table. People didn't realize this was going on, but would have allowed some of the masterminds to avoid the death penalty. Remember, it was signed and then Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin revoked it very quickly. So a little bit of emotional whiplash for the surviving family members of those victims. That coincided with a prisoner exchange, which made it even more relevant. And now we have this civil judgment. So two different things. So you've got 9/11 back in the spotlight in civil court and in criminal court this year, which makes this a little bit different than some of the commemorations we've had in years past.
There's just so many levels to this that you got to really delve into what exactly it means and why it was done, because they're probably not going to pay. So the actual reason for this ruling is what? To say that you guys were responsible for this and here's the money, liable for, like...
Well, the federal court ruling, and you know this because you went to law school for a minute, as you like to joke, but you know that there's the civil liability aspect and then there's the criminal liability. Sure. So obviously the criminal case, that's the death penalty case that was almost settled for life, in prison, but of course that'll still be litigated. This judgment is basically saying that the Taliban and the Iranian government were liable. They were responsible. They haven't responded. But the enforcement of judgments like this are very time consuming. We talk about this a lot when it's an international case. I mean, it's hard enough getting somebody to pay up if it's, a case that's local. We know that because we have lots of civil judgments that are languishing in courts for years. They get appealed, they say the judgments are too high, and that ends up taking a long time in and of itself. Consider how much more complicated and challenging when you've got not only an international case, but an international case involving who? The Taliban and the Iranian government. So while it is significant that this was something that was ordered by a federal judge, now the waiting game begins in terms of when can you have assets that you can attach, or how are you going to enforce a judgment of that magnitude?
And we're talking about how many families exactly are we even talking about here? We know that 2,977 people died that day.
Right.
And then you think about all, the first responders and the people who have passed on since then because of, the breathing in of all the soot and the carcinogens. So how many families are we talking about?
You're talking about a lot more than was originally contemplated, specifically because of cases such as the ones you just mentioned. Sometimes it takes years for health problems to arise in connection with having been a first responder at 9/11, for example. We talk about that also. Chrissy was covering the wildfires. So many firefighters in general, it's not right away that they have these problems arise. This particular judgment is going specifically to those who were directly injured or lost a loved one. But direct injury sometimes is years in the making. So sometimes that victim pool just continues to grow. And that's why it's challenging in and of itself to actually come up with a dollar figure to begin with. But we have a federal judge who did it here.
$144.7 billion. So is there any recourse here? I think I'm trying to get around to what's the point aside from symbolic? Because you mentioned this. Can they seize assets? Can they freeze their bank accounts and then they're running Afghanistan? Is that going to create a new conflict now? Or
there are ways to do all of that, but first you need a judgment. So some people will say it's symbolic, but actually it's a statistic that now we can move forward forward. I say we collectively, however
Yeah.
we're going to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Were there not ever a judgment to begin with, we wouldn't even have a chance. Now that there's a court ruling, a federal judge has ordered this, now we will at least begin to see it move forward from here. You know, we always say the wheels of justice turn slowly, but they turn, and eventually the hammer will fall. And that's one of the things that, you know, the families are banking on here to help get some compensation.
23 years.
23
in.
years.
It's just unbelievable. Wendy
a little
Patrick,
too long.
thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Thank
As
you.